from
Detroit. We are ecstatic to be here.
Ecstatic.
Joel's beard looks pretty good today. I think it's back in order, so that's good.
What happened to my beard?
It's back. Let's just worry about that.
Okay. Well, the beard apparently is back, which is fantastic. Hi, everybody. So here's what we got today. Right now, as we speak, there is a frozen iced tea the wrapper, not the drink,
Not
statue.
lemonade, not Tom Collins.
Yeah, that is, and he's
Iced tea.
holding, right, I'm watching it right now. He's holding the microphone, and when the ice melts, the mic drops, and the first 100 commenters get, sorry.
Wait for it.
The first 100 commenters get a t-shirt that changes color when you put it in the freezer. As you know, as we all often do, is put our clothes in the freezer.
Why not?
And expect them to change colors. So anyways,
well, our t-shirts, we should mention, are much cooler than that because they're actually from Smarter Every Day.
This is, thank you, big shout out to Destin from Smarter Every Day for sending the office lots of t-shirts. They come in multiple different colors. They're available on smartereveryday.com.
Business in the front, party in the back, just so you know. We're not going to show you the party because this is business time, guys. But thanks to Destin.
Yeah, thank you, brother. All right, so right now there are 17, it was 608 and just jumped to 617 viewers watching this, 620. All right, so this is in conjunction with a Sonic campaign.
A long-running Sonic campaign since 2004 called, really creatively, Two Guys.
Two guys, right. So you have two guys, you've seen the Sonic commercials. They're two guys, they're riffing in the car. It's very funny, it's very clever. Frankly, the best one is they got canned and then they staged a comeback campaign.
Yeah.
These guys are legitimate comedians in their own right. One of them writes for Seth Meyers, I think, and the other one does a bunch of improv in LA. Right. Anyways, they're really funny commercials, and it has there are a couple of facts that make this campaign stand out above others.
Facts are good. Well,
You got any of those?
first thing I have to debate that the return is the best, because the one where they're trying to shoot tater tots in one another's mouth is my personal favorite, but we can debate that on another day. What we can't debate is the facts of this campaign. So this campaign has been around since 2004, which is shockingly long period of time to be able to just focus on two everyday guys sitting essentially in a restaurant drive-up, bantering with each other and talking about food. And you know what? It's been wildly successful. Yeah. It's the most successful campaign for any burger joint out there, third best of all restaurants by independent third parties who've done this evaluation. And it's really an impressive campaign, and it's done on the heels of Sonic trying to grow massively, or in the midst of trying to grow 1,000 new stores over a period of 10 years. And so they're really trying to make sure people are aware of Sonic so that when they open up all these new stores, they're going to be successful. But it's tough to argue based on this data that it's been wildly successful. But I guess the question is why? Like, what is it about these two guys in a car that has made this campaign so wildly successful? Yeah,
I mean, a couple of quick thoughts. One, I mean, obviously it's really funny. It's entertaining stuff.
Right.
These are guys that are totally unassuming, without playing to really quick and easy tropes and stereotypes.
Right.
And there aren't cheap jokes. You feel like watching this, you're hanging out with two funny guys. Mm-hmm. So that piece I appreciate. They've got this nebulous age where they could just as easily be late 20s as they are late 40s. You know what I mean?
And they appeal to all ages.
And they appeal,
because of it, right?
Yeah. So that piece I really like. But here, this is interesting, and this, of course, ties back into influencer marketing. Is the folks from Sonic who are producing these commercials have said we just kind of let them go. We give them a huge range, they do what they want, they figure it out, and we capture them on camera, which is really fascinating because you've got these two comedians, and it's almost like Sonic is figuring out what makes influencer marketing effective. Really, in many ways, before there was such a thing as influencer marketing, as we know it today and as we define it today. So they're, maybe these guys are like, two of really the original influencers because they're given broad range, do what they want, talk about the things that matter to them, be funny in their own way. And if it in any way, shape, or form tangentially or loosely ties back to one of Sonic's product, fine.
Fantastic.
But in some cases, well, that's okay too. Like if it doesn't at all, that's all right. It was a funny bit.
Exactly.
And that's it.
They're still parked in front of Sonic,
Right.
and they're at the drive-in, so it's all good. They're relatable and it's fun, and there's going to be the logo at the end, so people are happy.
Right. So, which brings us full circle today. Sonic Partners brings iced tea into one of the commercials.
Right. And so
why?
There's a lot of good questions there. So iced tea.
Yeah, sorry, pause for a sec. If you haven't seen it, go watch the commercial with iced tea in it to get what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And
before we dive into iced tea, just one more thing that is really fascinating about this is they've actually loosened up the reins on these guys, these two guys, more over time. So what's happened is you've allowed these two guys who have this tremendous following, which is forced and paid because it's on an advertisement on massive sports games and events. So, for instance, Sonic was recently advertising with Ice-T as part of the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
So you've got a ton of eyeballs. So people see these folks, these two guys, over time, and then you just let them loose. And there's just so much power in here. Like that's why this works. We're sitting here asking ourselves forever, like, how is it that since 2004 until 2017 and hopefully beyond, that these two guys have been successful? It's like, oh, well, it's because they can do what they want and tell the story of Sonic in the way that two guys who really mesh with millennials all the way up to baby boomers, they just can riff on it, and it works, and it fits, and it's tremendously, and it's also mind-blowing. But it works because it's in the same spirit of influencer, which is exactly what you just said. But so getting to iced tea, I guess here's some thoughts, and I'm not convinced on any of these. So let's.
I've got far more questions than I. Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess iced tea kind of fun, right? Because you do sell a lot of slushy, Sonic. So having a wrapper named iced tea, I gotta imagine they sell an iced tea slushie. They sell slushies with every other flavor under the sun. So there's kind of a loose, tacit connection between iced tea and the name. I'm stretching.
Who's the target demo? You know how old Ice T is right now?
Oh, no, I don't. What
would you guess?
I would guess 52.
59.
I'm close.
You're close. Well done. But still, he's 59 years old. So who's the target demo here?
Right. But still, millennials know who Ice T is. They know he's one of the OGs of rap, and they appreciate that. I would think. Or they don't know who the hell he is.
I don't have any idea. Yeah, I mean, like I have no. I mean, like, what? But why iced tea? Why iced tea over Tone Loc or Vanilla Ice or some other washed up early '90s
Tone Loc
rapper?
would have been fantastic because you got the Funky Cold Medina, and then Sonic could have rolled out a Funky Cold Medina slushie. So that was a big miss. Let's just get that out there.
Aside, I saw Tone Loc at a Detroit charity event. He came out on the stage. He looked like he was hammered, and he hadn't slept in about 3.5 years. He's like all haggard. He's wearing this super. He's a mess. Like he's stumbling around. You couldn't understand a damn thing he said. Bob Dylan sings clearer than Tone Loc raps right now.
Wow.
It's amazing. So I'm just saying. But it's like, what's the connection? I mean, like I don't know.
Yeah, that's tough. It seems like a big stretch for Sonic. But I guess you can try things once you've been that successful for that long.
Right, but here's my point is like anybody, like I remember who Ice-T. I remember watching New Jack City as a kid. Like of course, I'm in my suburban rap phase and I'm into Ice-T and NWA and everything. Happened to all of us. But like what I don't get is like, okay, Sonic is expanding to 1,000 stores nationwide. Who are their future customers? Is it people who are younger right now who have no idea who Ice-T is? They're teenagers or even preteens at this point that it's going to be like that are going to eat Sonic all through their 20s and 30s. Like because my sense is they demographically got this way off. Sure. This is like, hyperbolically putting Willie Nelson in the Sonic commercial. What's the point, right? Why not use somebody who's much more relevant to the generation that they're going to want eating at Sonic for the next 20 years?
Well, what's funny is I actually think that they're probably not targeting millennials. They're targeting people that are living in more rural or let's call it extreme suburban areas, which generally speaking is not young, hip people, and
But
frankly not people that are iced tea fans.
less of a connection to iced tea.
Right. No, I agree. So what's interesting is they do have $100 million advertising budget annually. They're spending a lot of it on two guys, as they should. So iced tea seems like you're throwing in a celebrity. I'm going to air quote celebrity into that. You're throwing in a celebrity kind of to throw in a celebrity. I mean, well, the question isn't how should you replace two guys, because you shouldn't.
The microphone is leaning. The angle is decidedly different. Just by the way,
this is live updates, folks. This is big time
this
stuff.
Is live. It might drop soon.
Yeah. But so what is the answer?
So all right. So here are my takeaways. The two guys are fantastic, and I think they're fantastic because in many ways they approximate what is best about influencers. It's funny people doing their own thing, talking about it. I mean, of course, it's more produced because they got to fit it into a 30-second commercial. The editing is absolutely fantastic. Like, I mean, the editing on this stuff is really extraordinary. So like they've got something that's a real winner there. I would question the iced tea connection. But that said, the good news is they've got a massive ad budget, and there are a whole bunch of other influencers that would really be fun and make an enormous amount of sense and would appeal to a much younger demographic. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that could be a lot of fun for this.
There's countless ways we could use different influencers when you're talking about something like food that people eat every single day, and you're appealing to markets from millennials to baby boomers. So yeah, we don't need to dive into all of those different ways. But
you know who they should use?
I have a lot of thoughts, but
okay. Well,
you have something in mind. Sure.
I'll take one. I'll take one. You take one. You know what I think they should use that can be really funny is they do their normal shtick, and then right at the end of the commercial, it pans over, and you just see Tiger Woods sleeping in his car, and that's it. That's what I would do. But if you're going to use a celebrity, do something that's going to be fun. And hey, Tiger Woods is available. He's not working anywhere right now.
He's available on the cheap, and you might as well use PewDiePie as well.
All right, we're not going there. What's yours?
No,
we're over the time.
We're over time. I would play in the middle of the fairway. I would use some guys that are outdoorsmen, that are like their food simple. They like food that tastes good, and they're really funny as hell type of guys. Like there's fishing guys. Andrew Flair used chicken nuggets as fishing bait, and it was fantastically successful. Yeah. And in fact, it's the video that's on his homepage. We'll put a link to that as well below, so you can get a chance to see it. So it's a way just to connect the influencers, what they do with a food product in a fun way. So obviously, if you're dealing with a top-end restaurant, you're not going to do that. Sonic, hey, this is a great compliment to slushies and dessert, or ice cream-based desserts. You're talking about fishing bait. So that's what I would do. There's countless ways you could do it without iced tea. Before we go, is the mic dropped yet, or are we going to have to?
Check, yeah, we might have to.
Okay.
Not yet. No.
Okay.
So, and the number of viewers has dropped precipitously from 620 to 560.
So we're going to figuratively drop the mic on this episode before iced tea literally drops the mic.
Boom. Goodbye from Detroit. See you next time.